recent development of the tensions in the South China Sea, Australian Navy helicopter pilots claimed Chinese fishing boats hit them with laser beams during a recent Indo-Pacific Endeavour military exercise. Observers accompanying the choppers in the military exercise suspected the laser might have come from a Chinese maritime militia boat, alluding that the fishing boat might be nothing more than a disguise. The Chinese side believes that it was probably because the helicopter's flight altitude is too low, and the fishermen were using infrared laser flashlight for illumination. After the incident, and citing Australia, the US military brought up an incident last year where China pointed lasers at US military pilots at the Djibouti base. This situation is not common in interactions between China, the United States and America's allies in the past. In May 2017, the U.S. Navy launched the Freedom of Navigation operation at Mischief Reef in the Spratly Islands, the first of its kind since Trump assumed presidentship. Since then, the Freedom of Navigation operation of the United States in the South China Sea has gradually become the norm. Previously, the way China and the United States interacted in the South China Sea was that the U.S. Navy regularly launched Freedom of Navigation operation in the South China Sea or sent military aircraft over the disputed seas while the Chinese warships verified, identified, tracked or expelled the U.S. warships and military aircraft, and used diplomatic channels to protest. Since the USS Decatur incident, however, China and the United States have strengthened their crisis control in the South China Sea. China has also shown it wants cooperation when it warned the U.S. military ship and military aircraft against intruding into islands controlled by China. On September 30, 2018, the USS Decatur launched the Freedom of Navigation operation within 12 nautical miles of Gabon Reef of the Spratly Islands. A Chinese warship stopped and tried to expel the American vessel, and the two warships almost collided. As it stands, China and the United States face four major challenges in the South China Sea. First, the U.S. military frequently implements Freedom of Navigation operation. Although both China and the United States have displayed attitudes of restraint and professionalism, it is likely that there will be accidents in the long run.